Anointed warriors, what up, spiritual family? Welcome back to Mount Fitness MBS Ministry, where we're living and promoting a holistic path to health and wellness, to life, and to, of course, fulfilling the race that He has set before us. So this is a holistic mind, body, and spirit ministry. I am your host, Brother Minister Mongoose. For some more information about what makes this a different kind of ministry and what makes me a different kind of minister as well, please stay tuned to somewhere towards the middle or the end of the video. But for now, let me welcome all of you guys. I always like to start by encouraging you guys to make sure that you're living a life that prioritizes faith over fear, truth over tradition, knowledge over nonsense, love over lust, and people over profit. That's what I got for you guys in terms of the opening, man. We're going to start off by getting into the fact that, hey, man, when you're walking this path that only few of us have been truly awakened to. I'm not talking about those who have been informed. There's a difference between being informed and being enlightened. For those of us who are truly walking this path, we know that the trials and the tribulations are enormous, and yet His grace is sufficient for you. His grace is sufficient for you, and in your weakness, His strength is made whole. In my weakness, His strength is made whole. So through all the topsy-turvy moments, the turmoil, the trials, the tribulations, your own struggles with self-improvement and self-development according to His will, through it all, we got to remember that these things, the trials, the tribulation, and the hatred that we receive from the world, these things are not to be shunned, guys. For these things are our validation. It's our validation of who we are, and it's our validation that we're on the right path. Got something in my little eyelid thing there that's all over the place. But anyway, so we got to know that, guys. If you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. It's easy to lose direction in the midst of a storm, and to take all the hardships and all the hatred as a sign, a false sign, that you're walking the wrong path. Some of you guys may be just starting out. Some of you guys may be in the throes of it. But you thought that when you turned your life over to this thing that we call God, when you walked away from some of those negative people, some of those vices and poor mindsets, false beliefs that you had, you thought that when you walked away from those things and gave your life to this thing that we call God, you thought that was going to be, the end of the trials and the tribulations, and you found out the trials and tribulations were only beginning. See, the enemy only targets that which is a threat, and you are that threat. You're the one who has the spiritual, if you'll pardon my expression, you have the spiritual cojones to walk away from the narcissistic society and culture, to walk away from the beliefs that were handed down to you by, the in vogue culture, what's expected of us from society, and sometimes what's expected from us in terms of our own family and lineage. You had the spiritual cojones to walk away from that, to realize that it was counterproductive, to realize that it doesn't serve you and your soul development and evolution. And as a result of you having that courage and the following through, we're actually walking away and working on yourself despite of the brutal path that's required in order for you to get to the next level. You continue to walk that path, and that makes you a threat. But do not let the enemy deceive you into thinking that because of the hardships and because of all the hatred, you're doing something right. No, you're actually doing something wrong. I'm sorry. Don't let the enemy convince you that you're doing something wrong when you're actually doing something right in a world that has gone wrong. A world that is asleep. Some intentionally, some not so. But your eyes have been opened for a reason, and it's time for you to realize that the hardships and the hatred is your validation. The enemy only comes after that which is a threat, that which is right. The good book says in these last days, people will embrace that which is evil. They'll embrace that as being good. And that which is good, they will reject as being evil. So people are wholly dysfunctional, wholly delusional and misguided. You have the light inside of you. So in the midst of the storm, you got to realize that the storm is par for the course. That means that you're on the right path. Those who walk in the ways of God, this thing we call God, whatever word you want to swap that out with, those who walk in the ways of God become an enemy to the world. And those who walk in the ways of the world become an enemy to God. These people, in spite of whatever money they may have, whatever car they may be driving, whatever kind of seeming success, social influence, these people are ultimately sad, full of jealousy, hatred, insecurities. They are what we, some of us who have been initiated, refer to as the smiling depressives. These people have a big old empty hole running straight through the middle of them. So don't be deceived, because some of them can fake it very well. And if you're going through turmoil and hardships and you're receiving hatred, it's easy for you to look out the corner of your eyes and see these people that are smiling, that are seemingly progressing and prospering, and have a whole bunch of lot of friends, and you see them and they're always laughing. They're always laughing. Not to say that they may not have genuine moments of laughter, but it's all a facade ultimately. These people are empty. And so I don't want you to look out the side of your eyes, the corner of your eyes, your peripheral, and decide that you're doing something wrong, that, you just want to fit in, you just want to get that promotion, you just want to get that spouse, you just want to have more friends. Don't abandon the path that he has set before you. Because you'll get over to the other side and realize it's just not that the grass is greener on the other side. It's much, much worse. Because you'll get over to the other side and realize, oh, it's not that the grass was greener. It's not even grass. It's astroturf. No grass whatsoever. So stay strong in the power of the Lord and in the power of his might. And keep moving forward. The hatred that you receive and the hardships that you endure are signs, indication, and validation that you're on the right path. So continue to see it as confirmation and to wear it as a badge of honor. If those of you guys who have been in some of the physically competitive competitions, whether it's boxing, whether it's MMA, something like that, when you go into a battle like that and you get bumps and bruises, swollen eye, broken nose, broken jaw, lumps across the top of your head, you don't go home and cover that up. You wear that as a badge of honor, because it's a highlight to what you've gone through, what you've endured, what you've overcome, and you're happy with that, as you should be. It's only the people on the sideline that's pointing fingers at you saying, oh, look at her face. Somebody beat her up. Look at his face. Somebody beat him up. They're over there because they're not willing to fight. They're not willing to to get those lumps and bruises. And if they did, they'd hide them, they'd cover them up as best they could or call into work for a couple weeks until they go down. So continue to see it for what it is. It's validation of who you are, and it's validation of the fact that you're on the right path. It's a validation. So continue to wear it as a badge of honor, and keep right on shining. You know, I did a video that's called, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's titled Lovers versus Haters. And in that video, I mentioned that it's a hater's job to love. I'm sorry. Obviously, that's not the case. It's a hater's job to hate. They're just doing their job. So when you go outside and you see, garbage man picking up the garbage, you see a construction worker drilling on the side of the highway, you see somebody in traffic doing whatever they're doing, holding the traffic sign, whatever it is. They're just doing their job. You're not judging them. You're not mad at them. You're not retaliatory of them. Even though you may be in the traffic and the traffic may be held up, whatever the case may be, but you're not mad at them because they're holding a sign. You realize that they're just doing their job. The hater is just doing their job. The hater job is to hate. Your job is to give them something to hate. And I mentioned that in the video that I just mentioned, lovers versus haters. It's your job to give a hater something to hate. It's the hater's job to hate. It's your job to make sure that they have something to hate, that they're doing their job. And the way that you give them something to do and make sure that they have a job to do is by you continuing to shine. This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. And you're not in a back and forth energy exchange with these people. You're not in a looking down your nose at these people. You're not in a retaliatory state with these people. You just keep shining. Keep shining. And when you sense that hatred, or when you go through that hardship, hey man, listen, that promotion was rightfully yours. You work harder, you got more hours, you got more seniority. Pardon me. Whatever that hardship may entail, don't abandon course. The enemy is fighting against you. You can almost get a little bit excited about that because it lets you know that you're going in the right direction. So you're not glutton for pain, but you realize that these out of nowhere attacks, these out of nowhere challenges, out of nowhere hardships, oftentimes they're exactly what I just mentioned. Signs, indication, and validation that you're headed in the right path, not the wrong path. If you're headed in the wrong path, you'd have a much, much more smoother sailing. So continue to give the haters something to hate. Make sure they have a job to do. Keep shining. Keep on not giving a F blank, blank, blank. Keep on. Keep right on. Keep right on refusing to allow them to have any negative effect on your energy. Keep right on. Make sure they got a job to do. The only job you have to do is to keep shining. And you can keep shining when you realize that the hatred, the hardships are indications to you. They're validation to you that you're on the right path. So keep on shining. Keep on not allowing, refusing to allow these clowns, these haters, to affect your energy in a negative way. Continue to refuse to allow them to negatively impact what you think or feel about yourself. Don't allow them to influence what you think about your journey. Your journey is for you. The hardships, your mistakes, your lessons, the hatred, these are yours to carry. Christ had a cross to carry. These are yours to carry. My mistakes, my blunders, my burdens, my struggles, these are for me to carry. And no one's going to make me feel bad about that. I know the path that I signed up for. And I know that these things are a clear indication, clear validation to me that I'm on the right path. I mean, I have, and I'm going to presume most of you guys have, a daily opportunity throughout the day oftentimes to take that shortcut, to take that easier route by sabotaging or neglecting or setting aside your integrity, your morals, your beliefs. You could have that guy or girl. You could have that promotion. You could have that political influence if you just set aside what you believe in. If you just set aside the path that he have you on. If you just set aside your integrity, your discernment. You have an opportunity every day, sometimes throughout the day, to take that easier route, but you refuse to. You know what you're signing up for. It's just that in the midst of all the chaos, it's easy for one to lose sight. And we all go through that, where sometimes the burden seems so overwhelming, and the struggles that we're going through in terms of our own personal self-development according to his plan. Sometimes it's a long time coming, and there's slips, and there's falls, there's stumbles, there's stagnation. But even in the midst of that, take the 3-5 seconds to 3 to 5 hours, whatever it takes, to remind yourself that it's all validation, that you are who he said you were, and that you are on the path and doing the things that he intended for you to be on and to do. Continue to not refuse to allow these people to influence your energy in any way. There's no need for you to turn up. There's no need for you to turn down. There's no need for you to fight against these clowns anymore. You just simply embrace the truth and continue to transcend it all by way of embracing that truth. And that is, hey man, listen, yeah, I know. People only hate on what they really, really admire, what really, really confuses them, what really, really shines the light on them, in that they're really not the people that they project themselves to be. They're really not happy. They're not confident. If you were confident, why would you be walking around feeling the need to hate on somebody, to tear somebody down? If they didn't see you as a threat, why would they be teaming up and trying to assassinate your character, launch smear campaigns against your reputation, and purposely, try and pass you over on that promotion on a job, whatever the case may be? So you don't have to resist them anymore. Again, just embrace what the truth is, transcend it, and see the truth for what it is. Their hatred and the hardships along the way, the hardships of you overcoming your own personal struggles, the hardships of you not being able to find a job that, pays the amount of money you want or needed to, that relationship that went sour out of nowhere, especially during the time when you needed it the most, all of the hatreds that associated from the outside forces and all these people, wherever you go, seeming to launch these daggers at you. See the truth for what it is. You are who he said you was, and you are on the right path. And all of those things I mentioned are confirmation and validation of that. So that's what I got for you guys in terms of today's message, man. Let me get into this closing real quick, guys. When it comes to what makes me a different kind of minister, please watch a video that's titled My Testimony and Disclosure. When it comes to what makes this a different kind of ministry, hey, this is a holistic mind, body, and spirit ministry. And even though the origins of this ministry can, in fact, be traced back to religion, this ministry is not based on religion in that it's limited by religious beliefs, religious practices, religious dogma, etc. This ministry provides you with real world services that are designed to help strengthen and nourish you in all the parts of you and not just some of your parts, which is to say your mind, body, and spirit. There's experiential-based philosophical consultative services for the mind, ISSA certified fitness training for the body and clean-hearted, spiritual teachings and practices for the spirit and for the soul. Additional services in which this holistic approach is also implemented consist of good old-fashioned motivational speaking and youth and young adult mentoring and counseling. Please visit the physical fitness branch of the ministry located at mountfitnessmbs.com. And if you'd like some more specific details about the services, what they consist of, how they're implemented, and how they can be beneficial to you, then please watch a video that's titled MBS Service Tutorial. If you have any additional follow-up questions and or if you'd like to schedule your initial consultation and evaluation in any or perhaps all of those areas of services, hit the email link down in the description box. And the same thing goes for if you'd like prayer, if you have follow-up questions, if there's some subject matter you'd like for me to address, whatever the case may be, hit that same email link. I'd love the opportunity to speak with you guys. Now, as always, I ask you guys, did you get something of value out of today's message? Now, if you did or if you didn't, do you think there's anybody out there that could get value out of today's message? And if your answer is yes to either of those questions, then let me ask you to please start by hitting the share button. Give the message an opportunity to go provide value in the life of someone. You could be essentially saving someone's day, someone's relationship. Dare I say, perhaps even someone's life, because they needed to hear this right at the moment when you hit that share button. So do those things if you would, please. And while you're at it, if the Holy Spirit moves you to do so, then please also hit the thumbs up button and the subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed. And be sure to hit the bell icon if you'd like to receive notifications when I upload new messages. If the Holy Spirit moves you to make a monetary donation to help me be able to make more messages like this, to be able to grow the ministry so that the ministry can be available to help even more people, I'm going to leave a Cash App link down in the description box. And remember that no amount is too small, whatever contribution that he would make you to make. And also know that in whatever way you show your support, your generosity, your charity to this ministry, may you receive an abundant harvest in return. Shaken down, pressed together, and running over. That's his promise that he has to you. So receive it by faith as I simultaneously receive your continued love, your continued support in all these different ways. And that's what I got for you guys. I'm going to get out of here, man. I very seldom post anything about the physical fitness branch of the ministry, or I very seldom post anything about the motivational speaking and the youth and young adult mentoring and counseling specifically. But don't let that deter you guys. If there's anything that this ministry can do to be of assistance to you in helping you, regardless of your age, regardless of your fitness level, in helping you continue to make sure that your mind, your body, and your spirit is healthy, beautiful, and vibrant. If this ministry can help you in any one of those areas, reach out. I love the opportunity to hear from you. And that's what I got for you guys. I love you all. I'll see you in the next one. I am Brother Minister Mongoose, and I will holler back. Peace.